Reigning champions of the Division III Lexington District return to their familiar playoff home tonight as number 2 Ontario begins their quest for a trip back to regionals. But they're going to have to get by a 13-win Norwalk squad with one of the most potent goal scorers in Ohio history. You can watch it all play out live and free right here on the OH Report. Tournament soccer kicks off your Wednesday evening next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
This is our in-body machine, so you're going to see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Pregame show presented by Schmidt Security Pro, featuring two of the top 3 seeds in the Division III Northwest 3 District, about to battle for a spot in the final as number 2 Ontario takes on number 3 Norwalk. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lexington Soccer Complex. I am Brian Skowronski. I'll be on the call with you here tonight for this district semifinal showcase. And if you like high-powered offenses, you are in the right place tonight. We're talking about 174 total goals between these two teams scored already, including 3 100-plus individual career goal scorers. So I am fully expecting offenses to be way hotter than the cold temperatures outside. It's only like 45 degrees right now here in Lexington. And as the teams make their march out onto the field, let's introduce you to the number 3 seed in the Norwalk Lady Truckers. Only 3 losses on their resume all year, each of them away from their home turf, though they were perfect at home this season. Building off of last year's 15 victory campaign, they averaged nearly 4.5 goals per match, and defensively much improved from what we've seen the last few years. And I think freshman keeper Becca Farmer is a huge reason for that. 115 saves for her so far on the campaign. I think that she's going to have to be dynamite tonight in order for that team right there wearing the white uniforms and certainly looking a little bit frigid out here as they have to stand in place before they hit the turf. And before we hit our coverage, we'll first begin with the playing of our national anthem. It's time for the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
And with that, the stage is set for some Division III District Semifinal soccer. You heard about Norwalk's season up to this point, but the main reason why this team is in a position, again, competing to go on to the district championship, their junior phenomenal goal scorer, Claire Spettle, named the SBC Most Outstanding Player yet again here this season, and one of very few players in Ohio history to join the 100 goal club as just a junior. She's got a full season yet to go, and I really feel like she's kind of evolved from a pure goal scorer as a freshman, where she was crazy, 48 total goals in her first introduction to the high school game. She's much more well-rounded now. Look for her when she's in the attacking third, not only looking to attack and go after goal scoring and get hers. She's a much better teammate. A lot of assists so far this year, and I think that she's going to be a prime-time playmaker here tonight for the Lady Truckers. But standing in their way, the team that knocked them out a season ago, and their last tourney run this season with some all-time greats of their own. Addi Pittman and Hattie Yugovich, they have led this team for the last 4 years, and they've had a phenomenal senior campaign. Just had a 9-game winning streak snapped in their regular season finale at Dublin Kaufman. Their other 3 losses on the season against Lexington, Olentangy Liberty, and number 1 in the state, Medina. So you look at the resume for the Warriors and the teams that they compete against during the regular season, nobody gets tested better, I think, in North Central Ohio than Larry Atkinson's bunch. And it's amazing to me that they're scoring almost 6 goals per match this year, 104 total scores for them, and their 3 top offensive weapons are all seniors. But that's not who we're going to spotlight tonight. We're going to take a look at Emma Fogel, their junior keeper, who I really feel like she just kind of elevates her game. When the competition gets better, she tends to have her best matches of the season. Nearly 90 saves now for the second-year starter here in her junior campaign. And if you watch her protecting in the net, she's a true vocal leader of the back line. 7 shutouts so far here on the season and giving up just a shade over a goal per match. So Emma Fogel, I think, is going to be key for the Warriors moving forward in this tournament, and certainly here tonight when conditions are the way they are, incredibly cold. It is windy out here, and I think that she just might get tested at times here against a Norwalk offense, as mentioned, that they are just dynamic. They've got a lot of different playmakers, but Spettle certainly is the headliner. As the Warrior starters are being announced, we'll dive into my keys to victory tonight for Ontario, and I'm going to go with their big 2, Hattie and Addi. They just need to have a regular old day at the office, and what that means, 2+ goals for them. They combine for about 4 per game, so all they need to do, I think, find the back of the net on a couple of occasions, and then use Sasha's speed. Nobody has been able to keep up with Bulakovsky all year. She is a track superstar, a state champion in Division II in sprints. So if you can utilize Sasha, get her to the perimeter. She's a great goal scorer herself. She's had career highs in scoring and assists this season. I feel like if the Warriors can check those 2 boxes, they are going to be the clear victors here tonight. But on the other side, for the Lady Truckers, what you have to do is just try to force Addi and Hattie to take their shots from distance. Make the Warriors score from about 20 yards and out. Pack in the box. Don't let them dribble in and get shots one-on-one with the keeper. And a good day on the farm. That is a play, of course, on Becca Farmer's last name. You need the freshman keeper to harvest some big-time saves here tonight. And if Norwalk can do that, I believe they can keep it close, and they might be able to steal one here at the end. But it has not gone very well when they have gone head-to-head with Richland County opponents. Outside of this year, they do beat Shelby 5-0 to punch their ticket in here. They beat Mansfield Senior a year ago, but when they've gone head-to-head with the likes of Ontario, Clear Forks, and Lexington, I'm not sure that they've ever scored a game or a goal in a tournament game. So we'll see if they can change that narrative here tonight. I think that this is a really huge opportunity for Norwalk to prove that they belong, that they're not just a paper champion in the regular season that doesn't play anybody. Come out here and give it your best against Ontario. And as I say that, the Warriors get a shot in about 15 seconds. And not surprised to see Addi Pittman just come out, blow by Payson Bigler, and unload a beautiful cross. Had Maya Moten there in the picture as well. Replays tonight will be brought to you by Walker Woods Creations. Just a great place to get merchandise created here in North Central Ohio, located on Lexington Avenue in Mansfield. Kaylee Hell, senior. Heavy touch here, goes off her left foot and out of bounds here for a Norwalk throw. See how hard the flag is blowing here towards the infield. When we showed up, the conditions were just absolutely just blistering, about 45 degrees as mentioned, and then that wind chill. I mean, it just cuts deep. A lot of the fans out here, it looks like it's the middle of December. There are blankets, hot chocolates to go around, certainly a lot of winter caps. So for these athletes out here, sometimes it's kind of a test of attrition and who's going to be tougher, and not necessarily the skill level and the best team. But the Warriors certainly figure to be that. Looking to get another shot attempt here. But this one's going to go wide off the right foot of Jordan Yeager off the setup from Bulakovsky. But this is the speed that I was talking about. I mean, just leaves the defender looking like she's hanging out in a pile of gravy. She has been the undisputed fastest player on the field every match that I've seen Ontario play so far this season. Hattie Yugovich sets it up here to the middle. This is Yeager trying to split between a pair of defenders, but it'll be taken away by Taryn Temple momentarily as the Truckers push it down here in enemy territory for the first time. Jaslyn Johnson off the defense, and out of nowhere, looked like Claire Spettle was going to get a shot on net. Instead, it spilled out of there. Nice recovery speed off that back line to disrupt it by Braylon Llewellyn. Off the cross, back post, and nobody home there for the Truckers. But they do produce some offense here for the first time tonight. Yugovich out to the wing. Here's Sasha with a ton of greenery in front of her. And Bolovkoski again gets by one wave of defenders. A lot of players in the middle. She'll be looking for the cross. Here's Sasha. And overcooked it. Had Kaylee Hale tracking back post. But in the middle there, Pittman and Moten. Felt like Bolovkoski probably wanted to put this a little bit more central. Angle it towards Addi Pittman, who's got 27 goals this year. Warriors win the 50-50 out of the sky. Here is Addi turning. She's a left-footed player. Blasts it. And the save made by Farmer. Second shot on net here in the early portion for the Lady Warriors. And that's where Addi can be absolutely devastating throughout her 4-year career. I'm not sure what percentage of her 107 goals have come from outside the 18, but she can just absolutely launch. I certainly feel like she can put it on target where she wants from about center court. So look for Addi to not necessarily even need a window. She creates her own, and she has got a flamethrower, an absolute cannon for a left foot. Kaylee Hale bending it back post. Too far out in front here for Mia Moten. But we're only 4.5 minutes in, and the Lady Warriors already producing a lot of activity within the 18. Norwalk has been on the defensive. They did have one really sweet counterattack, but they're having trouble winning these 50-50 balls. And they will right here as they draw their first foul here of the match. CJ Bennett just roping around the body that time of Addi Pittman. They're going to have Addi with the dummy run. Hattie taking aim. Too tall. First shot for Hattie Yugovich tonight. 4th overall of the match here for the Lady Warriors. Off the restart, you see just how much faster the Lady Warriors are to the ball. A lot of standing around here for Norwalk. As Sasha puts it into the middle, Mia sets it up. Kaylee Hale, not a lot of pace behind that shot attempt. And an easy save for Farmer. But 5 shots already here for Ontario in the first 6 minutes. Kaylee not really known for her goal scoring this season. She's just got a couple. One of those coming on senior night, where every senior for Ontario was able to score. Get a whistle on the far side. Actually, I think it was just late substitution checking in at the flag. So Kaylee Hale will make her exit. And we'll see Kendall Thomas for the first time. Norwalk drifting back beyond the midfield, and it's taken by Mia Moten. The speedy freshman got tripped up. A lot of ball there on the collision, no whistle. Truckers looking to maintain here in the midfield. But the Warriors again step up and take it away. Here comes Yugovich. She's got numbers formulating forward, but it's disrupted. Truckers step in between. Now Yeager off the left foot out to Mia Moten. And she'll play it up in space. That's always the right decision with Bolakovsky. But the ball out of bounds before she made her first touch. And you see the tree line back behind the referee and just how hard that flag is angling towards net. So for Ontario, they've got a big advantage right now just with the gusts coming from their back. And for Norwalk, just the clearance. It's going to be a challenge here in this opening half. We'll see if they're able to survive this first onslaught for the Warriors. So far, so good for them. And a whistle here against Ontario. First foul against the Lady Warriors. Just a fierce collision with Thomas, who just checked in. Just barreling up the defender. Still 0-0 on our Sutton Bank scoreboard. So we're back to action, and it's Ontario winning at the point of attack. They've been the aggressor just about every time the ball's been in the air with those 50-50 situations. Do draw a second foul here. Free kick coming up. Taryn Temple's going to be on the ball here for the Lady Truckers. Fires this one out of play. Quick throw nearly picked off by Xavier Immel. And now here she comes, tracking to the middle. Has Spittle up top. Turns it over in the middle. And the Warriors with Yeager on the rock. Looking to maneuver back into enemy territory. Deep ball here. Mia Moten on the charge. Cut off. See if Temple can keep her there. Bolakovsky back to the middle here from McManus. See if Addi looks for a shot. Anytime she can get it to that left foot and there's not an immediate body in front of her, she's going to look for that. And for Coach Larry Atkinson, it's just something that it kind of strikes fear in you. And you might look at some of Addi's shots. She's probably going to do that at least 10 more times tonight. And say, it's not on frame, it's from distance, but it keeps you guessing and you're not quite sure exactly when she's just going to load up and just try to take dead aim. Hattie can be a bit more direct. Looked like kind of a two-handed push, kind of got away with that one there. See it here on the Walker Woods Creations instant replay. Yeah, just a little bit of a shove at the end of the play for the senior. As the ball floats out of bounds on the far side. Actually, no, they did catch her for the foul. And for Norwalk, even though you haven't really produced any offense whatsoever, you're cool with this. You're 11 minutes in, still scoreless. The longer you can hang around, the more confidence you can start to give. And especially with the wind right now at Ontario's back. Turnover created by McManus. Warriors with numbers. They've got him fanned out everywhere. Here to the near side is Kendall Thomas. The header redirected. And Farmer, kind of an awkward dive for her, but she makes another save. It's going to be her fourth save already. And the freshman holding her own. This is well done here by Hattie. And it was a little mistime by Farmer, but she's able to get the job done. To the middle, the shot. Oh, that close. The first shot of the match from Norwalk, and it almost led to a big-time goal. Kira Sander. That's about as good a look as you can expect to have tonight. Got to put those on frame. Ontario dodging a little bit of a bullet right there. Out of position defensively, but it doesn't cost them. Jilly Grayson off the restart. Bolakowski going to push it up into space, and her and Mia Moten really work well off of one another because they both have kind of unexpected acceleration. They're able to get by a lot of opponents just off of pure speed. Mia switching over to this near side. The ball is going to check up. It's natural grass here at Lexington, so it's a bit of a slower playing surface. Pittman to the back post. Here's Sasha. And it gets intercepted. Clearance out to midfield. Addi comes back to retrieve it. Pittman with an excellent pass out in space here for Kendall. Deflected, though, by Bigler. He's battling down in the corner, and it's going to set up corner kick number 1 here for Ontario.
Corner kick coming up for the Warriors. Jordan Yeager taking the kick.
Warriors are deadly on these situations. They got a lot of different kids that can play these. They elect to go short here. 2-man game here with Yeager. She does have Pittman hiding out in the corner right now. Here is Addi. Makes the turn, gets the cross. Back post, and it's going to be put in. Lady Warriors take the lead. Hattie Yugovich puts it in on the Senior Connect. Great setup by Addi Pittman, and Ontario, after a plethora of chances, strikes at the 25-57 mark. One 0 Ontario. 124th goal of the amazing career of the Akron University commit. Kid was just born to be a soccer player. It's all she does. International team club. I mean, Hattie has spent a lot of times with the soccer ball at her feet. Looking for the answer here. Spettle, nice job turning. Heavy touch, though, as she entered inside the 18. It's only her second touch, though, of the match. Ontario's done a nice job checking her, not allowing her to get free, but this is where she's so gifted, just getting defenders on her hip. And usually she'll have a little bit better touch going towards frame. Bolakowski to the middle. It'll be chested down. Norwalk pushing it back over on Ontario's side of the pitch. Have not been able to keep it down here at this end for very long. As Yugovich fouled, pushed in the back.
Free kick for the Warriors. Yugovich taking the kick.
And Hattie doesn't normally try to sell it. Usually if you're able to bump her off of the ball, it's a legit foul. She's got an incredibly strong lower body. She's built that up over the last couple of years. And here's Sasha again. I mentioned this was going to be a mismatch. Boy, has it been in the first 15 minutes. Be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Warriors here deep in enemy territory. Now with the 1-0 advantage off the goal from Yugovich. Sasha looking to put it in the box. Backside here for Thomas. And the shot redirected. Another corner kick on the way.
Thomas's kick is knocked out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for the Warriors.
Well played by Kendall Thomas.
Taking the kick.
to get the ball back out on the flag where Ontario just scored off their last goal. Be Jordan Yeager again. And just overheated this one. A little bit too much behind it. Appreciate everybody out there watching live and free tonight. We are on the main YouTube channel. We are on BS Media Productions Facebook. We are on the OH Report Facebook, and then also on the NFHS Network. So a lot of different places for us to be found live and free tonight. Do always want to hear from you. Drop us a comment. Read those over the air here. Just might end up in the fan zone. Be a part of the game. Let us know how you are tuning in to tonight's competition. Collision far side. Cameron Pelfrey took a dive, and I think that's the correct call with this going against the Lady Truckers. Just a bit too aggressive there for Claire Spettle.
Yugovich taking the kick.
Here's Hattie on the ball. Didn't quite get the juice behind that she intended. And now it'll be cleared out by the Lady Truckers over in the Enchanted Woods here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Does make for a great backdrop. But certainly a tough ask for some of these ball girls out here to go chase them down out there in the forest. Nice move. Kaylee Hill launches one with the left foot. Pretty good piece of that one. But it's slightly over-roasted. 8 shot already here for Ontario. Hill able to hit it right at the feet here of Pittman. Towards the middle, sets back up with that left foot. Too much spin on the outside.
Pittman shot goes wide.
Third shot from distance tonight for number 11. But she draws so much attention. The fact that she's able to do that, you see CJ Bennett, 2 other Norwalk competitors all coming over. They're fearful of Addi. Pulling up from about 25 yards and in is really her sweet spot. Getting close to the midway point here, half number 1. This is flipped out of bounds by the freshman Sander. Now the senior Yugovich deflected. And Farmer tips it to herself. Pretty sure-handed Becca Farmer. See how she does with this one. Not a chance. Addi Pittman, and that's what you get from her. She delivers this time from deep. Big goal here for the senior, the 108th of her career. So one of my keys to victory tonight for the Lady Warriors. 2+ goals from Addi and Hattie. Not even 20 minutes in, and they come through. She barreled that one up perfectly with those pink cleats, and the Warriors extend their lead. Much better start for Ontario than they had offensively last year in this head-to-head in the tournament. Did shut out Norwalk 4-0 in that match. Truckers, as I mentioned, just have not fared well when they've played against Richland County opponents in the tournament outside of the win over Shelby and Mansfield Senior the last 2 years. So this is a really big opportunity. Again, big stage for them. Ontario, battle-tested. They probably have 7 games on their schedule that Norwalk wants no part of. And no disrespect to the 13 wins that Norwalk has, but a lot of Sandusky Bay schools on there. So They tend to get double-digit wins, do that just about every single season, and they just don't have the tournament success to go along with it. So we'll see as the program continues to have these great seasons like they've had this one, if they step out of their comfort zone a little bit and start scheduling some more Division II, maybe Division I opponents. Because you look at some of the similar foes that they played this year to Ontario, Madison, Ashland, and Shelby. Norwalk 1-1-1 against those three schools. Ontario 3-0, 3 big-time shutouts, outscoring them a combined 16-0. So it's just a little bit of a difference when you put teams like Olentangy, Liberty, Medina, Ottawa Glandorf, Liberty Benton, Bexley, Worcester, Dublin Kaufman, all non-league teams for Ontario this year. Whereas probably the best non-league foe for Norwalk probably is either Ashland or Madison. Late whistle comes in, and it's going to favor Norwalk. Looked like Briella Hall just kind of extended that right leg, tripped up the midfielder. 4th infraction here against Ontario tonight. Temple again, off the free kick. One out of the air by Pelfrey. Truckers trying to keep it down at this end. They've got nice spacing, not a lot of movement right now. See if we can get a cross from Norwalk. This is Spettle, the step over. Can't keep it in the field of play. 3 subs checking in here for the Lady Warriors. And we'll take a peek on what's going on up at Genoa tonight. I was told it was an absolute monsoon there about a half hour ago. But you see Clear Fork, the #1 seed, taking care of Oak Harbor here at the moment. A league opponent for Norwalk. Great ball out in space, just allows Sasha to at least have a chance at it. And Bulakowski really slow, pilling herself up off of the grass. Take a look at the replay, and yeah, there's a lot of contact. Taryn Temple laying out. I mean, that's borderline a foul. She did obviously get the ball first. Yugovich already has 1 header for a goal, not this time. Farmer's able to catch it down at its lowest point. Over the touchline for Thomas. Should be a goal kick. Just a little bit heavy there. Tried to float around. Payson Bigler cut off at the point of attack. And Taryn Temple in a familiar spot with a goal kick. Driving into the wind here are the Lady Truckers. Now here's Pittman. Gets by 1 defender, Addi. Drops it back to the middle here for Yugovich. And she strikes one pretty well from deep. Nice positioning here by Farmer. And I think that's defended properly by Norwalk that time. Give a little bit of space to both Hattie and Addi, but try to get in between them and the net. That's what just drew the whistle right there, and some frustration, of course, from Cam Pelfrey. as Claire Spettle desperately just trying to get some touches up in the attacking third. They have been few, very infrequent so far tonight. She's really only had the ball at her feet about 3 different occasions. We're talking about a kid that has 119 career goals. She's got to be a game changer for Norwalk tonight. Trailing 2-0 so far on our Sutton Bank scoreboard. Another collision right in front of our camera. Boom, just a hard check as the freshman Sander goes down hard onto her back. But a pretty young roster, you look up and down. So there's plenty of freshmen, sophomores that are in the mix here tonight for Norwalk. Little bit of a difference when you're going to head with some of these juniors and seniors. What a play here by Yugovich. But Bigler comes through. I mean, look at this. Puts a little spin on it. I mean, that's almost like a pool shot right in front of Pittman on the fly. Bigler, got to credit her for recognizing. After a substitution, throw in here for the Lady Warriors. Yeager back to Addi Pittman. As Kaylee Hale just got back in the mix here at this left wing. And Jordan unleashes one. Shot number 12 for Ontario.
Shot by Yeager goes wide.
Right around a dozen minutes to go before we get to the break. Ontario in front, but not necessarily a comfortable lead. Just a couple of goal advantage. Addi Pittman, Hattie Yugovich with the 2 scores so far tonight for the Lady Warriors. As you see this one get caught up in the sky, that's how much of a factor the wind has been. And so for Ontario, with the wind at your back right now, you would kind of hope that you would be in a little bit better situation with 12 shots. Couple goals is all they've been able to garner out of it so far at this point. Temple really taking her time. The weather forecast showing about 25, 30 mile per hour gusts here in the Lexington area tonight. Very cloudy overhead. Don't think that we have a chance for any rainfall here. But the temperature is maintaining at about 45 degrees, so it is a little bit chilly, but at least no precipitation expected. Warriors moving up on the attack. They've got 8 involved now here offensively. Just a bad cross here from Pittman. And the wind, I think, kind of taking that one, too. A little bit more out of the field of play. Back behind the net. The senior Taryn Temple able to find a teammate, I think, for the first time on a goal kick there. But it ends up now with Yugovich. Gets bumped down just on the outskirts of the 18, and that'll be a foul. It'll set up a direct kick straight away from about 24, 25 yards out. And this is where they put the exceptional tandem, Hattie and Addi, on the ball. We'll see if we get a dummy run from one of these 2 players and the other just try to hit a kill shot. Here goes Yugovich, steps over. Pittman into the wall.
Pittman takes the kick.
Certainly could not have felt very nice there for the back line. But Norwalk, nearly a clearance. Handball, though, against Ontario.
Handball is the call on the Warriors.
Yeah, that's just right there in the belly. Norwalk in a great position here. 8.5 minutes to go to try to get something collected offensively. A chip into the box, but our player spotlight, Emma Fogel, rare touch. Has not have to make a save so far here tonight. Just one shot for the Lady Truckers. They had a clean look, too, with the freshman Kira Sander. Foot race, Bigler got there first, but Kaylee Hale almost turned the corner. Speaking of corners, that's exactly what it's going to be here for the Lady Warriors.
Goal kick coming out for the Truckers.
Well, actually, I think Kaylee just tried to sell it, and I was buying her story. Referees were not. Another pressure by Kaylee. And it'll be right back where we started about 15 seconds ago. The busiest player on the field so far, Taryn Temple. One of just 3 seniors on this Norwalk roster this season. Ontario doesn't have a ton either. 5 seniors, 4 of them get significant playing time. Each of them out on the turf here at this moment, as that's broken up by Jilly Grayson, but a chance for a set piece here. First corner kick for Norwalk, and the first legitimate opportunity that they've had here for a set piece in half number 1. Tap it in here for Claire Spettle. Off the cross, it's Grayson again, getting a right boot on it. And driven out of harm's way by Yeager. Ontario really packs it in on those corner kicks. They defend with 10. And now Yugovich looking to go 1-on-3 here. Hattie with a nice touch. Drives that one, but Farmer makes another quality save.
Save by Farmer.
She's got 6 of them so far. And this is a tough angle for Hattie Yugovich. I mean, she really did strike that one well. With Immel tracking in on the play, 2 defenders right on her side hip. So we're under 6 minutes to go. I think it's a win for Norwalk. If you go into the break just down 2 goals and you're about to have the wind at your back going the other direction, I think you're actually pretty happy if you're Michelle Sander, the head coach. Ontario obviously has much different visions here, and they've been a pretty good team at the end of first halves, getting goals late. Ball played out in space. Jazzy Johnson, though, the first to get to it. Lays it back for Grayson, had some room in front. And even for Sasha, it's going to be a little bit too much sauce on that pass out wide. Pittman surveys. Great ball on the money. Here's Hale. Takes a touch towards the keeper, and she'll strike it off the post. How did that not go in? Very unlucky. It certainly looked like she put the pace on the ball where it needed to be to land its way in the back, but a fortuitous hop for Norwalk, and they survive on that last shot attempt. It's as close as it gets without putting one into the honey hole. My producer would like it to be worth at least half a goal. That's pretty good stuff right there from Kaylee Hale. And she hasn't had a ton of goals so far throughout her career. As mentioned, on the season, she had the big goal on senior night, one of only 2 for her on the year. She's more of a distributor, does have 7 helpers on the year. It's been a lot of this young lady. Tickling the twine. Here's Pittman again, gets by 2 defenders. Great lob. That's about a foot too tall. Addi again, showcasing what she can do with those pink shoes. Just a little bit overjuiced right there. She's played the entire duration of this first half. As has Yugovich. Shake and bake here for Hattie. Distributes out now for Kaylee Hill. Gets bumped down in the box. Looking for some help. She'll get some in the form of Jordan Yeager. And that's a wise decision. Force a deep throw in here for the Lady Warriors. With the clock starting to tumble away. Just over 2.5 minutes to go. Nice move by Jordan. The cross. Somehow floated out of there. Farmer getting some good protection from that back line. Warriors trying to keep on the heat. Here's Sasha. The shot. Off the post again. Kaylee with the follow. No way. She cannot believe it. Kaylee Hale should have had her 3rd goal of the season. Not once, but twice over the last few minutes. And Sasha, too. Boy, is that a great-looking shot. But for Kaylee, that's amazing. That's inside 3 yards from the goal line, and it flies over top. I don't think she could plan to do that again if she tried.
It's harder to hit the pole than it is that big net.
Yeah, it's probably harder to hit those sidebars like Sasha did here. Clink. Obviously, than it is to score a goal, but that one right there defies gravity. Didn't even seem possible that Kaylee could float that over top. 18th shot now here for Ontario. But it goes side net here for Yugovich. And for the Lady Truckers, I mean, they are living dangerously, dancing on the razor's edge, but it's still just 2-0. They are hanging on. I think Ontario's got a chance for at least 1 or 2 more shots left in them. Yeager, nice play out wide. Here's Sasha trying to lob it into the middle. It's headed right back at her. Get another throw in here. Yeager looking for some options. Drops in for Bolakowski. 15 seconds to go. Dripped into the mixer bowl. Headed up here by Temple.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Norwalk playing back, just trying to fill every space.
3, 2, 1.
And they will keep it just a 2-0 disadvantage going into the halftime break. Ontario threatened often in the opening half. They do lead it by 2 with 40 minutes still to play here in this Division III District Semifinal. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout. When we come back, I will have your first half stats and get you all set for second half action here on your live and free coverage from the Lexington Soccer Complex.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Live and free soccer from Lexington, Ohio is brought to you by Schmidt Security Pro. From field to your front door, trust Schmidt Security Pro to protect what matters most. Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Also by Walker Woods Creations, custom embroidery and sublimation. Personalize your merchandise on Lexington Avenue in Mansfield. By Norwalk Wellness Center. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health at families throughout their lifespan. Charter Next Gen, hiring for high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. And by Wellspring Custom Pharmacy and Health Source, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements, and they can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. Ontario Lady Warriors up 2-0 over Norwalk Lady Truckers. We'll have your halftime report in just a moment.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
This is our in-body machine, so you're gonna see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
Halftime here in the Division III District Semifinals. This action brought to you by our friends at Schmidt Security Pro and Schmidt Fire Safety. 2-0 here at the break. Ontario out in front, and certainly the pace of play, and as much as Ontario dictated the action out there, it is way closer on the scoreboard than it has been so far here at the Lexington Athletic Complex, as the numbers are about to show you. Lady Warriors have had the ball for about 72% of the action so far. 19 shots, they've put 10 on goal, including several off of the crossbar. Might be an early nominee for game MVP if Norwalk can continue to hang around. The good news for them is that it is still just a 2-goal differential, and while Ontario was able to really just kind of take the game to Norwalk, it was down at their end for, I mean, probably 90% of the total gameplay of those first 40 minutes. It doesn't matter. The only thing that adds up at the end of the game is the scoreboard. And right now, the difference is a goal by Hattie Yugovich at the 25:57 mark, and then Addi Pittman at the 20-minute 08 mark. Oh, didn't know I was going to be on camera. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brian Skowronski. I'm part of the Forum of Entertainment tonight, but I see that we got a couple comments rolling in here on the YouTube, so I do want to give some shout-outs real quick. Want to say hi to Josh Young. He's an OH Report super fan, really loves soccer here on the OH Report. Of course, cheering on his alma mater of Ontario. Lily Farmer says, go Truckers, and of course, wants to see Becca show out with the last name. Becca's been pretty good so far tonight. And then Lasers, just really impressed by Addi Pittman, Ontario's number 11. Wants to know where she's going to be going for college. She is committed to play at the next level at Ashland University, who has a dynamic program going right now. So Addi, I really think, can infuse some big-time playmaking, of course, into their program when she begins there next fall. Taking a look at some of the biggest highlights of the opening half. That was the first goal, and that one, number 124 for the career of Hattie Yugovich. Addi Pittman with her 108th of her career right there. So you look at those two combined, that is some crazy numbers. And then you throw Spettle into the conversation. How about the big three have 351 goals between them? I don't know if that's a state record for any three players in any given match, but it might be. I will submit that to the media coordinator, Tim Streed, tonight after this game, and I'll see if that is going to be the case. So look over at the far sideline. Greg Atkinson, assistant, having a conversation right now, as is Stacy Seif. Larry Atkinson longtime head coach here, 20 years of service, and he's been unbelievably good. I mean, they get to the district championship match every single year. They finally got over the hump after what you would call a slump for them. They had 7 straight district championship match losses right here on this field. 6 of them to Madison, 1 of them to Lexington, broken a season ago when they were able to break through and get to the regionals where they had to run into an absolute buzzsaw. I think it was the number 2 team in the state, and Medina Highland ended up getting shut out in that match. But I think just going over that hurdle mentally was really good for Larry, the staff, and certainly the players. Because when you go your entire career, and there were a few classes for Ontario that did, all they knew was getting to a district final and seeing the gangrene of Madison knock them off. A couple of upsets in there, but I think certainly Ontario was an underdog for most of them with that Taylor Huff era, as it's referenced here in North Central Ohio. And shout out to Taylor playing pro ball this year out in California, having a really awesome, if you want to call it, freshman campaign, rookie year, I guess is what they would call it in the big leagues. She had a couple of goals here recently, and a lot of fans out there. I see there's plenty of posts for Taylor going on in North Central Ohio out there on the social media channels, and her Lady Rams will be in action. I see some members of the team making their entrance here into the building right now. They'll be going toe-to-toe with Lexington in the second half of our doubleheader here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. A little bit different this year. The Northwest District has branched out into 3 different territories, so even though the second game here tonight is Madison versus Lexington, the winner of this game will not play the winner of that game. I don't really understand how it all plays out. That's how it's structured for the entire state this year. It's very confusing, but that's just how it is. If Ontario is to advance, they will play back here at Lexington. The winner of the next game tonight goes on the road outside of here. We'll break that down a lot more, though, in the next game. We'll focus on the action here. So we're a couple of minutes in, and it should be an advantage for Norwalk here in this second half. As mentioned, the wind, big-time gusts, 25, 30 miles per hour. This time it's going to be in their favor going, I think that's northbound here at the soccer complex. Right to left on your screen. But right now it is the Warriors just trying to keep the action down on their offensive end as Spettle able to split by the defender, pushes it to the middle. And I'd like to see Norwalk get a few more touches for Claire here in this second half. I think she only had 3 real opportunities in the first half. No shots for her. Team only had 1 the entire half. Got to be able to get Claire Spettle involved a lot more than what we saw in the first 40-minute stanza. Want to say what's up to Heather out there watching on Facebook. She says, good first half to the Lady Warriors. Easy Football Rankings says he wishes the soccer was a spring sport like it is in the state of Virginia. Well, I'm indifferent on it. I think I kind of like soccer being in the fall where you get kind of the nice temperatures for the early portion of the season, and then when it starts to cool down a bit for the fall, it tests your mental ability a whole lot more when you're having to play in conditions like this. As Spettle does unleash her first shot of the night, but it's going to be an easy save in the first for Emma Fogel. But how about that? Norwalk with the first shot of the second half. So I do think that the wind is going to be a factor. I mean, Ontario, obviously, they've got like the top best players in this of the top 10. I mean, they probably have 9 of them, and they're going to keep a lot of the action down here. But I think Norwalk, they're going to surprise us with a few counter strikes here in the second half, as Bolakovsky is going to earn the 3rd corner kick here for the Lady Warriors. Again, they're going to put Yeager on the ball. They're just going to flood the 18, 6 players in the black uniforms in there. Poked back out here for the junior. Here's Jordan, left foot off the cross. Knocked out of there. Norwalk does well. Just gets it out of harm's way. Kind of overran here by Audrey Sanders. And it leads back to the Warriors. Oh, great play on here by Moten. Sets up Hattie Yugovich. One-on-one, and you already know what it's going to be. One of the greatest goal scorers in Ontario history puts in another. Shouldn't say one of. She is the all-time great for the Lady Warriors. You're looking at the top 2 greatest goal scorers in the history of the program on display here tonight. Hattie putting another scoop on the cone, her second of the match. Just over 5 minutes in here to half number 2. And now with the 3-goal differential, it makes things a lot more cloudy here for Norwalk. Certainly would love to get this back under control. Try to answer the latest. They already here in the second half had have more touches basically down here in the attacking third than the entire first half combined. Just over these first 5 minutes. As we're checking in on the Clear Fork Lady Colts 5-zip. It was 4-0 at the half. And Clear Fork, I feel like they're a juggernaut in D4 this year. I thought that they were a huge favorite to win their district. And I also have been on record as saying that they are going to be state Final Four bound this year. That team has no weaknesses at any level. And in Division IV, now that they don't have to go through the likes of Ontario, Lexington, Madison, Ashland, boy, it really benefits them. They are defending district champs, just as Ontario is defending here at Lexington tonight. Kind of hard to tell if that showcase there off of that set piece was intended to be a shot, or if just nobody really was able to make a run beyond that back line setup for the Warriors. Great turn here by Pittman. And that one punched up into the crowd. Not sure they got that ball back either. Katie Aguilera here on the right side. She's kind of been the victim more often than not. Ontario's really targeted her offensively, and she just does not have the foot speed to keep up with Sasha. We've seen Addi just get by her. Jordan Yeager's pretty quick herself. Excellent cross right in the face of the goal. But Becca Farmer prepared for that one. And off the restart, the 50-50 has been more like 95-5 in favor of Ontario, as Pittman unleashes another just outside of the frame. Shot number 21 tonight for Ontario. Jilly Grayson here near side. Thomas, nice maneuverability. 4 passes completed before it's swatted there by Ella Andrews in the middle. That'll make its way out over by the Norwalk bench. Yugovich calling for a ball to be placed kind of out in that direction, and I'm not sure what this decision was. Absolutely nobody made a run for Ontario, and Taryn Temple panicked. Just put it out here on the near side. And now it allows Ontario to start moving some numbers forward. Yugovich hops back up. They say advantage, play on. And now here's Pittman. Back post. And it's a little overfed. That's Addi's specialty. And she's been able to drill one. Her goal tonight was from deep. But she's been pretty dialed in on a couple of other occasions. And throughout the course of the night, like I said, she's usually good for about 10 of those shots per match. She's got the green light from anywhere on the field now with the right foot. Pokes it out here. Thomas can't get a shot off. Double team came. She was sandwiched there in between Saunders and Aguilera. Temple comes in to clean it up. Pittman off the cross. Moten's in the area. Yeager battling for it as well. We got a late whistle coming in. I think it's going to go against the Lady Warriors. And it's on that play right there. So actually, when you see the replay, we get the benefit of that. Looked like Kyla Daniels kind of took a flop. So it ends the offensive threat here for Ontario. So we're 11 minutes gone by here in half number 2. Yeager takes that one off the chin, or that's what she's saying. Oh, they're calling her for a handball.
Handball called on the Warriors.
Yeah, she's like, yo, I'm pretty sure the moneymaker just paid the price. So that's insult to injury. You wear one right off the jawline. Actually, we'll just look one more time. I think this hit her in the neck. Yeah, I mean, she puts her arms up to the side, but, I mean, the referee's 2 inches away, so much better look than we have. Get a shot fired, but not close with that one. Norwalk, though, with 2 shots here in the second half. And if you get loose like that, you got to be able to put those on frame. Missed opportunity again for Norwalk. And they've got a few primetime goal scorers. Bennett's got a dozen on the season. Immel, the senior, with 14 to go along with the 37 that Claire has put into the back. Truckers again misfiring, but at least getting shot attempts right now in the second half as the junior Daniels coming up from that midfield location. Smack one from about 40 yards out. It's a deep try. Thomas able to find Yugovich. Here's Hattie down the near sideline on the money. She is so gifted. But Pittman taken away. Tip of the cap here to Aguilera. She's been the punching bag often tonight. Stepped up on that last one-on-one. Now here's Yeager to Moten, and she overran it. Pretty good pass here from Jordan Yeager. And it's hard to tell from this vantage point exactly what happened for the freshman there, but it looked like Mia was going to have an opportunity with a clean look. Moten on the season, double-digit goal scorer, almost. 8 goals, 8 assists. Played in here to Yugovich. 2-lady game now with Pittman. You know what she wants to do. Wants to set it up from about right here. Turns, fires back of the net. An absolute missile from the left foot of Addi Pittman. She's got 2 to match Hattie Yugovich. And this matching the identical score from when Ontario beat Norwalk in the tournament at this stage last year. It's now 4-0. You know that she's going to try to set it up think Ella Andrews needed to come trying to pressure a little bit more promptly right there. And it cost him. Addi closing in on 110 goals now for her career. $109 to be exact. And these two primetime players, I mean, since they arrived on the scene, they have just absolutely been dominating. The freshman campaign, I had heard about both of these girls. I actually interviewed Addi before they went overseas, and they won an international championship with Coach Jesse Ryder in 8th grade. But watching her as a freshman, 28 goals, 16 assists, I didn't know much about Hattie other than what Larry Atkinson had told me. She almost had a 40-pack her freshman year to go along with 25 assists, All-American as a freshman, and it was like, yep, this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with moving forward. And they haven't had the tournament success yet that I think we all anticipated, with those two dropping out in the district championship their freshman year against Lexington. I think that was a pretty big upset, lost in overtime. The following year in the district final, 0-2 against Madison. Finally broke through last year in the district final to punch their ticket into the regionals. But I think this is the year that they really feel they have their best opportunity with the way that the tournament is lining up. And kind of interesting as well that Norwalk elected to go at Ontario early in the tournament. Pittman with it on a string. Lobs to the middle, read well by Temple. Comes down here to Ella Tem. Here's Sasha, swift move. Oh, and another one. Here comes Bolakowski. Into the paint, the shot. Farmer spills it out. Moten able to send it in. 5-0 Ontario. Surging here in half two. Freshman on freshman crime with Moten collecting our 9th. All the breaks Norwalk caught in the first half. Ontario hitting the post, just misfiring offensively. Not getting the same type of energy and effort from the post here in the second half. Mia Moten, the latest. Ontario bench loving it. Probably an opportunity for some of the backups. Kaylee Hale, a couple nice dance moves. Just breaking it down over on the far sideline. But, hey, when you're up 5 here in the playoffs, what's not to love? I think Larry saw it. He was like, hey, we are not just going to be doing jigs over here on the sideline. Let's get it moving. Get it moving like we're actual soccer players and not backup dancers. But you can be both. Warriors look like they're going to be continuing their dance in the tournament here with the 3 goals they've lit up on the scoreboard in this second half. Trying to add to it here. We've got 24+ minutes to go. Turn into the middle. Here's Yeager. Heavy pressure coming from Daniels. She's able to get by her blast off. Not anywhere near the net. 25th shot of the night for the Later Warriors. And for Norwalk, becomes a little bit more about just playing with some pride here and just trying to win like a 3-4 minute window. Trying to get it out of your offensive end. Put some pressure here on Ontario, but they've got them surrounded right now. Spaced out around the block, the box as Thomas flips this into the middle. Temple heads it right back to her. Emily with another chance. Or Kendall, rather. Over the back. And if you're enjoying this live and free coverage, as we've brought in second screen on a couple of occasions, we've got Clear Fork Soccer competing for a chance to move on to the Division IV districts tonight. We also have a couple of big-time volleyball district championships. The top two seeds going head-to-head, believe in Division VI, where we've got Mohawk and Monroeville. Highly anticipated game there. Now here's Sasha. Not enough pace behind that one, knocked out of there. We do also have two Wayne County Athletic Conference teams going head-to-head for a district championship. Hillsdale, 3 straight upsets. They're in the finals tonight against Waynedale. Absolutely blistered. No chance for Farmer to try to harvest anything there. Instead, it's a hat trick. Yugovich absolutely taken over. Look at the smile on her face. And we've got a running clock triggered here. 6-zip. Warriors flat out in command. And as they're announcing here over the loudspeakers, a rule that they implemented a season ago, if this becomes an 8-goal margin for Ontario, show's over, go home, shut the curtains, that is a wrap. Certainly not what Norwalk fans are wanting to hear or what they were expecting. People were asking me about this one. Oh, Claire Spettle, great goal scorer. Norwalk's got 13 wins. My daughter is on the bench at Ontario. I've watched a ton of Lady Warriors soccer this year. They are a much different animal than any team Norwalk has had on the schedule this year. Didn't think this one was going to be as close as it was in the first half. And now it's starting to come undone a little bit here in half number 2. But for the Truckers, again, you just got to incrementally give yourselves little feats to accomplish as Ontario's starting to unload a little bit of their bench, getting some fresh faces out there. You know, now it's, hey, let's get rid of the running clock. It doesn't make that big of a difference in soccer. However, got to get one. Got to get it down under 6. And then from there, who knows? Make another new mini goal for yourselves. Going to be Lady Warrior throw-in coming up, far side. So we checked in again, and we saw 2 goals have actually been put on the board here against Clear Fork. So the Lady Colts not just running away with it. Ooh, it looks like we're going to go second screen. Let's check out Waynedale real quick. Get you a couple updates going on. As mentioned, it's Hillsdale and Waynedale going head-to-head. This one's all the way up in the Cleveland area. I don't understand why they do this. I'd like to see them. Why not put that game in Wayne County? Be a huge crowd. Bring that in second screen here in just a moment. As the Warriors again getting their throw in. Nice turn here on the outside part of the park. Trying to shift the competition here over on this side of the pitch. And here we go. The Lady Golden Bears looking for a clean sweep here. The Falcons 2-0. They're on top. Hillsdale, though, with the lead right now in set number 3, and they've battled back on a few different occasions here during this tournament run. They've been a really fun team to keep an eye on. And talking to a parent before the tournament started. He felt like they were super underseeded as the number 16, and boy, was he right. We're going to get a yellow card. Wow. So this is going to go against Addi Pittman, I think. No? I'm not sure who's getting the card. She was looking right at Addi. Nobody has exited the park. This might be on Larry Atkinson or Greg or... We continue. We just know that there's been one yellow card issued, but yeah, wasn't to a player, so honestly, not that big a deal. The sophomore Grayson got a strong leg, but against this wind, it has been hard for the clearance. Ontario, though, they haven't been up against it quite like we saw that first half. Taryn Temple really had a difficult time just because she had like 100 goal kicks that she had to take. And not much of a foul here, but it will go down as the 10th against the Lady Warriors. Yeah, they let them play a pretty physical brand in the first half. Left foot deflected. Ella Tim getting in between, and now shields it right off of Daniels for a Lady Warrior throw. Be taken by Pelfrey near side. See Ella Andrews just trying to wield off Reese Miller. The freshman able to earn the whistle. Battling. Pittman takes the free kick quickly. Yugovich with the header. Farmer comes down to grab it. Actually, she lost the handle, and now it's loose. Tim got a shot on it. Chaos inside of the box right now. Norwalk able to level it out of there. A lot going on that last possession inside of the box. But it doesn't cost Norwalk. Thought Farmer was going to have a chance to squeeze it, and just somehow it just got away from her.
Hattie Yugovich, Jaslyn Johnson, Tyler Harris enter for the Warriors.
Look in on that number 1 versus number 2 battle that's going down right now between Mohawk and Monroeville. Lady Eagles take set number 1. This one live and free on our YouTube channel 4, and then also on Facebook tonight and NFHS Network. Oh, smooth move here by the freshman. But I think she got a little too aggressive. Aguilera got pushed down here at the end after she got by her. Not a well-liked call here by the Ontario parents. A lot of fresh faces here in the lineup now for Ontario. Addi Pittman, one of the few starters still remaining out there. Her and Yeager. Pittman looking to go to work. Drop it back, got the defender off her feet. Katie Aguilera took the bait. Whoop. Shot fired too tall. 28 shots so far here for Ontario. Just 4 so far for Norwalk. 1 has been on frame. Did come, though, here in the second half, as this out in front for Spettle. Can't hit the gas and get there in time. Now Yeager wings it out wide here. Pittman down into the corner. And they're going to drop off of Jordan. Allows for the cross. Comes in a little bit low. And off the redirect, it'll be off target and out of play there for Kendall Thomas. Clock running under 14 minutes remaining here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Oh, and I'm told we got an even bigger surprise coming up. Ooh, how about Lexington trailing right now in volleyball? They are the #2 seed. Lady Indians right now up 3-1. And Shawnee with the first set victory. That one's on YouTube channel 7, I think. YouTube 5, YouTube channel 5, and then also on Facebook. So if you want to keep an eye on all those matches, I think probably the easiest way to flip between is on Facebook. You can just check in on one, slide over to the next. Grayson, kind of a half-hearted attempt there to clear it. Still works out here for Ontario. This is Elena Seacrest, freshman, getting some PT now. And that'll skirt out of bounds. Getting away here from Yugovich. Just check back in. And at this point in the match, I mean, Hattie's already done her damage. A little surprised to see her continuing to be in the mix. As they drop this back off, Fogel, right leg on it. Careens around the two players and into the forest. And I see the ball girl. She's willing to go down there now, but it is spooky season. And once the moon comes out here under the stars, I don't know. I think they just hope that they've got. It's like a baseball game at that point. You just hope that you got a big stash. Strong drive, but Fogel doesn't have to do much with that one. Fifth shot for Norwalk. And she really just shut down the angle near post. Good look on our Walker Woods Creations replay. Shout out to Letty and the gang. Do an excellent job making all of our merch for the OH Report. As Farmer takes a leap, can't get to it. Moten almost had her second. And nicely done. Temple pokes it out of play. Here's Moten with the shot, and really got to give some credit there to Aguilera with the deflect. If not, it's about to be a 7-0 ball game. Addi Pittman checking back in. Bree Hall as well gets in there. It's going to be Yugovich, left foot. Lost their balance on the shot attempt. Warriors have had a ton of them. 32 and counting. And Becca Farmer, boy, has she been tested so far here tonight. Kid does have double-digit saves. Definitely played well, and what you love if you're Norwalk, she's just a freshman. You get her back for the next 3 seasons, and most of these kids are going to be returning. You're going to lose your staple there in your center backer in Taryn Temple. But a lot of other things to really like here for Norwalk as you look into the future. Spettle will have one more season as well. And I believe with a huge senior year, she can flirt with the all-time goal-scoring record in the history of the state. Back post. Swatted back out here. This is Sydney McManus punching it in for the freshman. Moten can't get a look at it. And now it's Kendall Thomas. She's going to take it down into the corner looking for the cross. She's got it, driven in low. Temple meets it. Moten with phenomenal acceleration. It's kind of what sets her apart. Not a true natural soccer player, but I mean, she can go from first to third gear in a jiffy as Pelfrey towers that one over top. Getting close to the 8-minute mark here. And a new keeper in for the Lady Warriors, Molly Weaver. Sophomore is going to get some reps here at the end of the game. Hoping to preserve the shutout. Good ball out to the right wing. Norwalk a chance. Just a little too firm. Pittman here near side. Grayson looking around. A lot of space. Deflected by Daniels. Now Grayson gets it right back. Here's McManus sending it forward. Nice ball up the middle, but it gets by Briella Hall. Now here's Aaliyah Skowronski trying to get by the defender. Shield it off. It'll be knocked out of bounds by Bigler. Last touch, I guess, actually by the Warriors. Ontario with 4 goals in this second half to really set themselves apart. If you're joining us a little bit late, it was just 2-0 at the break. Warriors had 19 shots. Few of them hit the post. A super unlucky 2-pack for the senior Kaylee Hale, where she hit the post on one and then from 2 inches away somehow floated it over the top. But they've really been able to seize command here over these last about 34 minutes. Yugovich takes a tumble, right into the back of, I think that's Temple. Yeah, I'm really surprised that's against Temple. It certainly looked like that was just Hattie kind of losing her footing and barreling into the back. 6 foul against Norwalk. And a chance here, indirect kick, lobbed in pretty nice. Warriors had the 18 in the outskirts surrounded. And now here's Claire Spettle. Let's see what she can do with it. Spettle with the cross, left foot. And it's Weaver. Her first save. Second shot on net for the Lady Truckers. Quick reminder that this is the first of a doubleheader here tonight at the Lexington Soccer Complex. Lady Legs will be in action against Madison. This is poked forward and Moten a chance one-on-one, looking for her second, but a great play made by Becca Farmer. Read it nicely, came off the line. And Aguilera kind of took the brunt of that last collision. Just too much heat off that first touch played by Moten. And it ends up a throw-in, and they'll change the call. Well, actually, a whistle on that collision that ended up sending Aguilera to the turf. Freshman Reese Miller checking back in. Skowronski pitches it back to Jazzy Johnson. Now we've got fan favorite for Ontario out there on the field. Serena Caudill in the middle, senior. Everyone calls her Cookie, though. And she's the only player I know. She's literally played every position, and here she is with a one-timer. I mean, she's played keeper, center back, midfielder. She's up at striker right now. I think the Warriors would love to get 22, another opportunity. There's my girl, Cookie. And she's just such a fun kid to talk to. The first interview that I did with her, I mean, she took me off guard. I didn't know she had that kind of personality. And those are the type of kids that you need on your team. Can just keep the atmosphere light. Looks like we've got a free kick coming up here. Pittman on the ball. Back post. Be headed away. Ella Tim, I'm pretty sure, is who got her noggin on it. Actually, that's Yugovich. As we're down to the last 2.5 minutes. See if Norwalk can get something going towards net. And just try to disrupt this shutout here for the Warriors. They've had 7 of them so far on the season. Now another whistle. 13th foul against Ontario. It's been a little bit more ticky-tack here in the second half than it was to start the game. So the referee's trying to clamp down a little bit as Weaver able to handle this one. 7th shot for Norwalk. Ontario's only had to make 3 saves so far, though, here tonight. Not a lot of pressure on the back line. The majority of the play has happened down on Norwalk's end of the pitch. Smooth move there by Pittman. Up top now for Cookie. Now under a minute to go. Moten battling Daniels. Did like a handstand up to her head. That's what this replay is really about. Look at how she gets up to her feet. Whoa. Pretty cool. Oh, a chance out in front there. Briella Hall, sophomore. Closing seconds melting away now. Ontario's going to move back into the district championship match. They'll have an opportunity to try to defend their championship. Coming up here Saturday afternoon at noon. That is a wrap. Warriors win it 6-0 as they survive and advance into the next round. We've got a commercial timeout baked in, and then, as mentioned, we got another game coming up, so we're going to get through pregame postgame, excuse me, pretty quick. Stick around, though. We'll have an MVP interview. I'll talk to Hattie Yugovich, and we'll wrap up final stats and get you all set for the second pack of games that we have coming up here from Lexington. Stay with us, folks.
looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
This is our in-body machine, so you're gonna see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Your post-game show is presented by Schmidt Security Pro. 6-zip Ontario with the victory here tonight over 4th-seeded Norwalk. Lady Warriors moving on into the district championship. Here's how they did it by the numbers tonight. 35 shots tonight for Ontario. They put a lot of pressure on Becca Farmer, the freshman keeper. And in the first half, a little bit unlucky, I think, for Ontario just to have the 2 goals, but they end up getting the job done with a 4-pack in the second half. All of those coming, too, in the first 19 minutes. And then Coach Atkinson kind of took the foot off the gas. They got a lot of younger players there in the mix. They left at least one senior on the field throughout the duration, but they end up winning 6-0 as Norwalk drops to 2-6 in the tournament since 2020 with the loss here tonight and back-to-back shutouts against Ontario the last 2 years. And for Claire Spettle, 119 career goals. She will be back next year. Did not even have a shot attempt, I don't think, here tonight. Maybe one from distance that didn't put a lot of pressure on the back line. So it's going to be interesting to me to see if Norwalk next year, since they've got just about everybody back, if they elect to actually beef up their non-conference. I know that they want to play a lot of the Sandusky Bay Conference schools, but that is dissipating. That's not going to be a league next year. Will they test themselves out of the league and actually come in with a not so great looking record? However, understand what it looks like when you're getting into the tournament at this round in the districts, because we've seen Norwalk come down here. I've been doing this job since 2008. They never win against Richland County opponents. It's just been really tough sledding for them. So I'm just curious to see if they're going to elect to really prioritize the regular season and getting the double-digit wins, or if they want to look a little bit more into trying to be more competitive, or at least see what it looks like when they get into the tournament. Something Larry Atkinson has done his entire time here, 2 decades with Ontario. I went over the Murderer's Row that he's put on the schedule this year outside of the MOAC, where they don't get a ton of great looks. Obviously, it's very top-heavy with them in Clear Fork. They share the league this year. But this is a team, I think, that's destined for a nice long tournament run, but they're going to have to come out and prove it in the championship round coming up here on Saturday afternoon. We'll have to wait and see who the opponent is going to be for Ontario, the winner of a game that's going down tonight. We'll talk a bit more about that in our second session. We're just waiting for Hattie Yugovich to come over. She's going to be our game MVP. A hat trick here tonight for Hattie. Now 126 career goals. What an incredible career for her. And it is still going here in tournament. It looks like she has broken away from the Ontario huddle, and we'll be headed over this way. So after a quick commercial break, you'll hear from Hattie, and then we'll have game number 2, Madison and Lexington, on the way. Stay tuned in.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. You are now looking at the player of the game presented by the Norwalk Wellness Center, Hattie Yugovich. Another hat trick. I'm not sure how many you've had for your career, but a ton that I have covered. So to come out here, get another shutout victory in the tournament, and just have another at least day on your season, how satisfying is it for you now in your senior campaign?
It's very satisfying. I mean, I know to me personally, I wasn't able to come out here last year, so it's very team satisfying. I'm very satisfied, and I'm very proud of how we did today. I mean, it was a whole team effort.
And to get the shutout win where you were keeping a lot of the action over on their end, talk to me just about what you guys are able to bring from the midfield and then beyond that, where you're really able to kind of dominate the time of possession.
Yeah, I mean, it all starts from the back, though. It starts from Emma and then up to Julie to Cam, all of our defenders, and then through the midfield. We did a really good job connecting today and finding the final third, and we did that.
You mentioned you were out due to injury last year, and obviously you were very missed on the team. So to be at full strength right now, it seems like everybody is playing healthy. Talk about expectations for this team here in your last tournament journey.
I know I hold very high expectations for this team, and I think they come out and they put 100% effort every single day at practice, every single time they step on the field, and I'm very proud of them.
Little goodie bag for you, Hattie, and of course, an opportunity to give some shout-outs.
To my second family, the Krieger family, but especially Miss Krieger.
Hattie Yugovich, your MVP, presented by the Norwalk Wellness Center. We're actually cutting away now. That is the end of this broadcast. We will see you right back here. Game number 2, Lexington, Madison, on the way.